everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a cute little mermaid earring using products from the Bargain Bead Box February 2021 edition, which is called Spring Rain. So I have actually made pendants like this, these little mermaids, and several people have asked me to do a pair of earrings. And I hadn't had just the right things that I felt like would look right in the earring, so I hadn't done any. But when I got these little long beads in the Bargain Bead Box this month, I thought, oh my goodness, those are perfect for the little mermaid body on the earrings. And I love the colors. So this is what we're going to do. So here's her little tail. She's got her little long body and then her head, and she's got a little crown on, and she's holding a little pearl. Now I realize that these may be too long for some people. They are, let me measure this. I'm not even sure. I mean, at work, the earrings that I make are like 4.5 and 5 inches. So this is nothing for me, but this is a 3-inch earring from the top of your ear wire to the bottom. Now, if you put a post on this, it would be a little bit shorter, probably a 1/2 inch shorter. I didn't have any copper posts. I actually looked to see if I had a post, but I didn't have a copper post. But I think she's absolutely adorable. And so we're going to make the mate to her. So if you're interested in the Bargain Bead Box, it is a monthly subscription service. I've been getting it for about 4 years and unboxings on my channel. I have a whole playlist full of them if you want to see what comes in the Bargain Bead Box. But we have a big community of bargain bead boxers on my Facebook page, on my YouTube channel, and it's just really fun. Every month we all get the box, and we all, make things and post pictures in my Facebook group. So I'll link my Facebook group below as well if you're interested in joining it. I will say that I have it as a closed group because I've had some spammers try to join, and we've ended up with, it's a pain when a spammer tries to join your Facebook group and they're in there and they're posting links to all this spam crap and you have to go in and delete all of it. It's a pain. So I do have some questions that I ask you to answer. They're just 3 questions, but if you don't answer those questions, I will not accept you into the group because that's how I'm kind of weeding out spam, okay? But we have a lot of fun in the group. So, anyway, I will put a link to that below. If you're interested in joining the Bargain Bead Box, it's $17.95 a month delivered straight to your door. It's usually $65 to $75 worth of wonderful beading supplies. Like I said, you can look at my playlist if you want to see what comes in there, for the last 4 years. And so if you do want to subscribe, you can use coupon code Wendy2 and that will get you $2 off of your first month's box. If you don't want to subscribe, they do have a sister store that you can shop in, that you can get some of these items in their store. Sometimes it just depends. And if you want to shop in their store, you can use Wendy2 to get $2 off of your purchase in their store. Another thing is when you subscribe to the Bargain Bead Box, if you do subscribe, you get a 30% off coupon to use in their store, and you can use that over and over all month long. So it really is a great deal. All right, so I'll put this aside. I'll put links in all the description box if you're interested. You can check it out. So let's get started. I'll show you what you're going to need to make her. So you will need this chandelier piece or link, whatever this is that came in the box this month. That's what her tail is. You will need a filigree. Now you can use other things. You don't have to use exactly what I'm using. If you've got bead caps other than this kind, then, just try them out and see if they work. This is a filigree bead cap. This is on my website if you're interested. I have it in several different colors, and if you want to do exactly what I'm doing, you can use that. This is another bead cap that I got. I have had it for a long time, so I don't know where you would get these, but you've probably got something comparable. I have about a 4-inch piece of copper wire here. This is 20 gauge, and that's what we're going to use to make the pin, or her body. I didn't have a head pin big enough. I have a head pin that we're going to use to make her dangle, and I didn't have a smaller one, or I would have used it for a smaller one for that. I have an eye pin. Why do I have this eye pin? I think I had this eye pin laid out because I tried to do her body with an eye pin, but it didn't work out. I had to use wire. I didn't have a long enough eye pin, so I don't think you need that. I have the ceramic bead from the bargain bead box this month. I have one of the quartz beads from the bargain bead box this month. I have a couple, or one 24, I believe this is a 24 SS Swarovski crystal, a 12 SS Swarovski crystal, and these are in Capri Blue, I believe. Then I have a 19 SS, and this, or I'm sorry, 19 PP pointed back, and this is in Pacific Blue Opal, and I actually would rather have had a flat, but I didn't, so that's this one, and it fits in this little hole right here, so it worked out okay. And then I have two 12 SS in Golden Shadow, and I think I had two of the pointed backs, but I didn't use both of them, so you only need one. I have a very small jump ring that we hook this little pearl on with, and this is a little pearl. This is actually not even a glass pearl, it's a plastic pearl that I had in my stash, but I thought it was really pretty. It's got the golden shadow color, the champagne color, and the teal or the aqua. Then this is a imitation jade, half champagne, half kind of a greenish color, bicone. Barb sent these to me. And then I have got 1, 2, 3, 4 4-petal bead caps in copper. These are available on my website. I have one 5-petal bead cap. That's available on my website. And I have 4 of the little bumpy bead caps that they gave us in the box this month. And I have a lever back ear wire. And like I said, you can use a post if you want it, if you have it, to make the earring a little shorter. You can use a fish hook, whatever you want. But these, and you're going to need some E6000 glue. So these are the things that you're going to need if you want to make this exact mermaid. And like I said, if you don't want to, if you've got other things, you can, oh, I know what we needed this eye pin for. We do need this eye pin. I'm sorry, it's her arms. That's kind of important that she have arms. So yeah, you can use whatever you have, like I said, but so yeah, okay, here we go. We're going to make it. So the first thing we're going to do, because it gets a little difficult once you get her whole body on here, really, to glue your crystals on. It's kind of easier to do it while this is just laying flat right here. So we're going to glue the crystals on first of all, okay? All I do with my crystals, because I work with Swarovski crystals every single day. That's my job. That's my day job. I glue crystals on things to make jewelry for pageant girls and things like that, fancy people, and weddings and proms and all that. So this is my technique that I use, and it works. So I have a toothpick for my glue, and I have a toothpick with some beeswax on the end. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. It's in the leather working aisle, and it comes in a big yellow block, and it picks up crystals perfectly, okay? So I'm going to squeeze out just a tad bit of my glue here, and I'm going to glue in the 19S, PP19 Chaton first. So you just get a little glue in there. It doesn't take a whole big lot. And where did he go? Where did he go? There he is. And I'm just going to pick him up with my beeswax, and I'm just going to set him right there. Okay? And just push him down. Make sure he's straight. Grab yourself another glue. Now I'm going to mirror these because I just want, I want them to mirror when somebody's wearing them. So I'm going to put the blue flat 12SS right here on this side, so it mirrors this one right here. Okay, and then I'm going to do my golden shadow right about here. I'm hoping this is on camera. I think it is. I'm having a hard time seeing because of my holder thing it's kind of in the way of my screen. Okay, and then I'm going to do my pointed back blue right over here. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's in like this third one over. Okay, just like that. Actually, I think it needs to go over in this one. Yeah, right like that. And then I'm going to use my last golden shadow right over here on the corner. And as you can see, it doesn't take much glue. It just takes a tiny little bit. There we go. All right. So here is her little blinged out tail. And I'm going to put the lid on my glue so it doesn't leak all over the place. All right. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to take our wire. I've got glue on my fingers. And I'm going to make a small loop on the end here. So I'm coming down just a tad bit, and I'm going to make a 45 or a 90-degree angle with my plier. And then I'm going to take this pretty much down toward the tip. I want it to be a small loop, and I'm just going to roll it back, and I'm going to coil it if it goes past my little loop, and it did just a tad. So it's just a tiny coil, but I feel like it's a little more secure. So that's what we've got there. Now we're going to take our small jump ring. No, yes, did I hook this on with a jump ring? I did. I'm sorry, you need one more jump ring, a small one. Yeah, I forgot that I'd hooked her tail on with a jump ring. Okay, so this is like a 4mm jump ring. So just take another jump ring and hook her tail onto your little wire loop there. Okay, so just be careful when you pick it up. I mean, you can kind of pick it up, just don't, just be a little careful with it so your crystals don't go everywhere. And I can't even, there we go. Okay. And if you don't feel comfortable picking it up right away, you can give it about 10 minutes. In about 10 minutes, they'll be set enough to where you shouldn't have any trouble picking it up. It takes them, before they're dried super hard, it takes a couple hours, but for the first, few minutes, you can just kind of be careful with it. Okay, now I'm going to put my filigree bead cap on here, and I kind of like to press it in and make it, to where it's skinnier, not wider, like this. So it just covers up, gives her like a little lacy look right there. And then we're going to put on this fancier bead cap. Okay, and here's what you've got. Now we're going to put on her little body bead, or tail bead, whatever you want to call that. And now we're going to layer some bead caps to give her the scaly look right here. So I'm using the 4-petal bead cap first because it lays flatter on the top of this bead. I tried it first with this little bumpy bead cap, and I did not like it as well. So I'm layering the 4-petal bead cap, the bumpy, another 4-petal, oops, another bumpy, and let me see how many I did, another 4-petal, yeah, another bumpy, and there's her little body. So now you're just going to lay this down. We're going to take our eye pin that we have, and you're just going to kind of grip it somewhere toward the middle. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. You just want it close to the middle. And you're just going to take your wire, and you're going to bend this one. You go kind of toward the top of your plier. You don't want it to be really a huge loop, but you just bend them over crisscross like this until they make a small loop. And then you can press this together with your plier, just like that. Okay? And then we're going to take the end of this, and we're going to make a small loop. And that's her hand to match her other hand. Now, you want the place where the wires are crossing over to be in the back. So pick this up, put the wires crossing over in the back, and don't worry if this flops around a minute, it's okay. You've got your little arms on there. Now we're going to put another 4-petal bead cap, and we're going to put her head on. Here's her head, and there she is, okay? She's coming into shape. All right, now we're going to put the 5-petal bead cap on. This is kind of like her hair. And then upside down, we're going to put the last bumpy bead cap. So it makes a little cup for her little bicone crown. Just like that. Okay? So now we're going to press this down. We want this to be tight. We do not want the beads to be flopping around on here. Okay? You want this to be tight. So we're going to take this, and we're going to, right above the bead, just enough for it to bend without cracking the bead, we're going to make a 90-degree angle. Okay? Now, I'm not going to make a huge loop. I'm going to cut this off fairly small right here. Okay? And then I'm going to go down to the tips of my pliers pretty far. I don't want this to be a big loop, and I'm just going to roll a loop back. And if it happens to coil, that's fine. But mine really didn't. It just kind of rolled back right there. I'm going to bend this to give it a little crook and curl it around. Okay, so there we have it. Now, you can take her little arms and bend them down a little so that they're not sticking out too far, because you don't want those catching in your hair, really. Okay, and there she is. Now, we're just going to hook her onto the ear wire with this little jump ring. And I had to use a jump ring to hook it on because, actually I have a bigger one. Let me get the matching one. It's a 4mm matching jump ring. Oh, I needed that little one for her pearl, didn't I? Ah, there we go. I found it. Goodness, I'm kind of losing it tonight. Okay. We're going to take this jump ring and we're just going to hook the lever back ear wire on and make sure that you have it facing the right way and her facing the right way so the front of her shows. So, actually, I need to flip her around here. You can flip her to get her where you need her to go. And if her tail is hanging in the back, I'll show you how to fix that here in just a minute anyway. Okay, so we're just going to hook her onto the lever back right here and close it up. There she is. Whoop, I did lose her pearl. It went in the floor. Oh my goodness. I found it. Okay. Alright. Now, when I made this, number one, I didn't have any smaller head pins. So this is a huge head pin to do this with, but I don't want to leave a lot of this hang. I just want it to be small. And I wanted to use a ball head pin because I thought that would have been cuter, but this pearl has a pretty big hole and my ball head pin just came right off. So we've got to use just a regular head pin, or I do anyway. And I'm just going to turn this, bend it at a 90-degree angle right above the bead. I do not want it to hang down very far. I want it to be right above the bead. And again, I'm going to cut close to make a fairly small loop. And then I'm going to use the tips of my round nose pliers. I'm going to bend this back and make a tiny little loop. Okay, just like that. And mine's a little lopsided, so I'm going to straighten it up. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to use this teeny tiny jump ring and let me open this up. And like I said, I want her to mirror, so she's got the pearl on the outside of that hand. I'm going to put it on the outside over here, right here, and just close it up. And there she is. So we've got, and you can take her and like bend her a little if you want her tail to be, or want her to be kind of, you know, bent like she's got the mermaid tail laying there. But there they are. I think these turn out so cute. Just adorable little mermaids. So let me hang them. So I don't know if I have anything to, I don't have anything really to hang a lever back on. So there they are. They're really adorable. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really thought these were kind of unique and cute. And when I saw this bead, I was just like, oh, that'd be perfect for the mermaid. And this would be perfect for her tail. And a lot of people had been requesting this tutorial because I had made the bigger pendants, but I had never done earrings. So yeah, I think she's adorable, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and I will have all the links in the description box below for Bargain Bead Box, for my own website, and for my Facebook group. So if you're interested in any of those things, you can click down there. But y'all have a great rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!